Hello, this is Al Blair. I'm the President and Chief Executive Officer of eTEK, and it's my privilege to provide you with a brief executive overview of our company and our products and our services. Obviously, the focus here on our business is cloud-based construction accounting software. So before we go very much further, I want to highlight for you 5 reasons that we share. We've been in this business for almost 40 years, or a little bit more than that, actually. There's 5 reasons why we summarize the use of the cloud for your construction accounting software as follows. First is the most obvious, and particularly in recent events with the pandemic virus around the world, as well as hurricanes and floods and a lot of things that just simply happen. This ability to work from anywhere at any time and to run your software for your business, that's a major, significant benefit. And I want you to stop and think a little bit. Do you access your checking account online? Sure you do. Do you access your stock investments or IRA accounts and that sort of thing online? Sure you do. So the old days of being concerned about, oh my goodness, could I possibly put all my customer accounting records and everything on the internet? Well, those days are behind us. It's very much a part of the way we do business these days, and that's why our business is totally dedicated to cloud-based construction accounting software. Here's a comment from one of our major clients. Until we found eTEK Online, we could not get time reporting from our remote field locations done the way we needed, using the cell phones for our employees, etc. This is the control of our major account of ours. And I'm going to also share with you quite candidly, having a pretty strong background in IT and security and that sort of thing myself personally, I doubt that your organization can come anywhere close. I don't care how big your budget is for your networks and your servers and your PCs and your office computers. I doubt that you have enough money to be able to afford the kind of backup and security that's available to you with our software today. And here's what I mean by that. I'm not talking about redundant backup servers on the East and West Coast. Everybody has that. What I'm talking about now is this issue of ransomware. Our servers hosting your software are backed up using read-only application aware snapshot technology. What this means is that by modifying your backups with this ability, we can restore a server from any snapshot with 100% certainty the data is exactly as it was when the snapshot was taken. So I could go on and on and on about the benefits and security and the backup, but let me just reassure you that putting your accounting system and your job cost on the cloud is actually a better secure environment than you likely have now. A hallmark of our benefit here as a practical matter, we can update your software tonight. We can add the latest feature, report, whatever, an update in your tax tables for payroll. You come to work tomorrow morning, it's already done for you. And that's all because your system's out there on the cloud and we can get at it at convenient times for you and for us. And so our support is absolutely, it's already good, but it's that much easier and much more cost effective for you and ourselves to provide that support. Stop and think for just a minute in your organization. If you have multiple offices or even in the same town, you've got employees working in different, the ability for your organization to collaborate and communicate and check on the status of projects and systems and that sort of thing. Financial reports to the owners of the company. They may be in Europe on a vacation and they're asking for a snapshot of the latest operating report for the business. Well, they can get it and they can dial it on their tablet, okay, etc. And the big thing here I'd like to comment on, the return on investment is really enhanced because you don't have to come up with $10, $20, $12,000 up front anymore for your license fees and your support and all this. We just bundle that all in one low monthly or quarterly payment, and it takes care of the hosting fees, the software training and support, and your license to use the software, etc. So these are the 5 big reasons we encourage you to consider using the cloud for your construction and accounting software. The balance of this presentation is going to be about eTEK. Who are we? What's our background? What are the primary market niche? Who's our customer? Key programs that are available, the summary of the benefits, and what's the next step? We're a Colorado corporation. We were formed in 1998, so obviously we're well over 22 years in business. We were the first accounting and financial software to earn Microsoft Office compatibility certification, and we've adhered to that even though Microsoft has varied away from their own compatibility standards. We've maintained a compliance with Microsoft. So when you see our software, we'll talk later about this, it looks and works and has a lot of the similar features that the Microsoft Office suite of applications have. We're an A+ rated Better Business Bureau company, have been for several decades now. Stop and think when you're comparing and shopping around for services and software and that sort of thing. There's very, very few A+ rated software companies in this country. We have customers in most states. Over 3,000 end users was an account that a former sales manager had done through a survey. Our primary market niche is shown on your screen, is obviously cloud-based construction, accounting, and payroll. Fully integrated, this is the key point, with user-defined, not program-defined, but the way you define, just like you set up your chart of accounts, it's going to be your chart of accounts, not our chart of accounts. Well, the same thing's true in terms of how we define the projects and the jobs and the phases or cost centers that are involved in your various in the kind of work you do. Key point that I want to make here is, yeah, we have all the financial reports. Everybody has all the financial reports and profit, the operating balance sheets and accounts aged, accounts payable, and accounts everybody has those. What I'm talking about though is management reports that allow management to get their arms around what is the current status of our project, what's our current work in progress snapshot, what's the profitability of every project and every job we're working on, what's our over and under billing. We're going to sit down with a banker and we're going to extend our loan because we have a bigger project. What kind of reports do we need to show our bankers and our financial people? So the emphasis for us is on building you software and supporting software that's got the kind of ease of use, flexibility, scalability, and the key to that is our open source and open database commitment, and that provides the flexibility to do the kind of reporting that's required. I've already talked about our customer service. The technology we use on the web is very much centered around Microsoft technology. You probably likely know that the web-based Microsoft Office 365 suite of applications, obviously we integrate with those. The key thing for us, though, from a management perspective, is to help our customers increase the profitability of the business. It's not just accounting software here, but how to use that software to do that. Our primary market niche, who's our customer? Any contractor that's outgrown the limitations of low-end software like QuickBooks, Peachtree, and others. General contractors, both in the commercial, residential, government. If you're a multi-state general contractor, let's talk. We've got the kind of management reports that you'll appreciate and use. Any subcontractor that's basically got a labor-intensive business, in other words, you've got a lot of subcontractors that you use as well as employees, and we pretty much fit very well with most all trades. We have a little bit of a sweet spot with electrical contractors and HVACs. And the reason for that is because of our integrated purchasing inventory add-ons that are available that provide the kind of tracking that's often required. Kitting in terms of ECs going out to the job sites with all the different components that are required for a project. Common denominators, bottom line, if you need more than a checkbook, then let's talk. If you need more than QuickBooks, let's talk. From a financial and organizational point of view, we're not limited in our software to however many different divisions or departments that make up your company. And if you need the flexibility and the scalability that's based upon an open systems architecture, in other words, to integrate with other programs or systems you may use, particularly on the web, then let's talk. And if you want systems that allow you to grow without having to change or upgrade or get new versions, and that also allow for custom reports, this is very much a part of our market niche. Key programs obviously start with eTEK Online. This is our #1 flagship system. It features a full feature accounting suite of applications, general ledger, AP, AR, cash management, etc. It's integrated with job costs, and we'll talk more about that in a minute. The estimating to any level of detail that's required. The reason that's important is when you're tracking through actual versus estimates for jobs that have been completed. If you've estimated your jobs at a level a little bit lower, for example, than what you really summarize for reporting, then you can do the kind of variance analysis that'll improve the profitability or improve your estimating for the next project. Time and material billing, AIA billing, integrated CRM. We don't have any artificial limits on the number of customer records or supplier records that you can maintain in our software. You can add optional add-on modules. We've been told we have one of the best payroll systems available today in the construction industry. It's full 50 state direct deposit. We do all your tax table updates for you at the end of the year and provide W-2 support, etc. We have sales, work orders, purchasing, inventory control. That goes back to that sweet spot I mentioned a little bit ago in terms of electrical contractors. But if you want to integrate your purchasing, if you want to recognize, which we very much support, the ability to recognize an open purchase order as a committed cost when you're taking an analysis of profitability, those are the kind of things that we do routinely. So the summary of benefits for us and for you we start with the premise that I'm totally committed as the owner of this company. I'm totally committed to this. Everybody can make software. Can you make software that's easy to use? That says easy and does hard. It's hard to provide the kind of software that's easy to use, and so we base our graphical user interface. GUI stands for graphical user interface. We design those around the Microsoft Office suite of applications and various industry standards. The key to our flexibility and the ability to plug into the other applications you may use in your company starts with the fact that we use an open database architecture as well as an open source code, so we can quite often integrate our program quite well, not only with Microsoft Office, but with other applications. The superior customer service is not just just kind of a bullet point or something, but it's based upon 4 years. We average well over 98% kind of renewal of our support, well over that. Here's a comment from one of our flagship accounts. We've been using eTEK software for over 25 years. In fact, this client went through before, during, and after the Hurricane of Katrina, and that was a non-trivial exercise, I might add. And they're commenting on our customer service, and we could go on and on. Everybody has customer referrals. We'd be glad to share ours with you. But we wrap these three basic benefits around the concept of scalability. Well, what do I mean by scalability? You can start with a single desktop in our particular program, and then as you grow or you acquire additional businesses and you have more users and you got to move from a single desktop to maybe 10, 12, 20, 100, whatever, it would be nice to know that the software you've invested in is not going to require you to get everybody retrained, or you got to get a different version of our software. No, we just upscale it with a back-end database and move you from an Access database to SQL Server, etc. So keep in mind, these benefits on this particular slide are all applicable in addition to the benefits that I've already commented on as they relate to running your software in the cloud or on the internet. A little bit more on ease of use. On your screen showing right now is just a screenshot of what is Microsoft Excel. And you'll notice up here all the various menu labels and also the little icons. And this is called the ribbon, and it's a big part of the more recent copies of Microsoft Office. Well, guess what? Here's our program. It has the same look and feel, the same graphical user interfaces. If you want to set up the codes for your job costs, you want to add a new project or job, etc., and there's the modules, AP, AR, General Ledger. You want to run an analysis report of estimates versus actuals. Okay, the point's well made. We have that same common user interface, and that's a big part of why we are rated as a very easy to use program. Now I'm going to kind of get into some nitty-gritty that separates us from QuickBooks and others. Stop and think for a minute. You could start with a very simple proposition of just a single job, or you can have a project that consists of multiple jobs, and each of those jobs can consist of multiple phases or cost centers, and each phase can consist of multiple tasks. This is the fundamental basic definitional part of eTEK Online. All of our software is built around this premise. But here's the catch. Look at a line item on a typical vendor invoice. The integration of accounting with job cost is at each detailed line item level in any transaction. This could be a journal entry. This could be an entry of hours somebody worked on a job in terms of employees or subcontractors. But in this particular case, we're linking this job for a wire puller item that we're buying from Fillmore Supply to a specific debit GL account number. That integration is something that is clearly not present in your low-end products. Thank you. I told you I'd keep this short and sweet and brief. I hope I have. The next steps are very simple. We'll just schedule an introductory tour, and we'll get online together through GoToMeeting and do a preliminary quote after we've talked to you a little bit about what you would like. And as a thank you for taking your time to review what we offer here, you're free to download your free copy of a recent updated version of our 5 ways to improve profitability. We look forward to talking to you again. Thank you. Bye-bye.